Got no sound on. How's that? Got sound now? Hello? Hello? Hang on. Hang on. I'm just going to try something. Okay. Let's go. Go here. To studio. Mic. Okay, can you hear me now? No? Yay. All right, so let's just see. Just move this one and mute. Okay. How's that? Can you hear me now? Lost sound. Okay. Hi, Diane. Welcome, Gay. Kay, Betty, welcome. Hope you... Oh, yes. Yay! Clap your hands. All right, I'll just... Let's just go do that. Let's do that. All right. You get rid of my face. We don't want my face. Okay. Hopefully. Can you all hear me now? Whoop, whoop, whoop. We'll just work. Yay. Hey, Pam. Welcome. Okay. I know what the problem is. Have you got full screen? No. Yeah. Full screen, everyone. Maybe, hang on. I just need to turn this around. Bear with. Hang on. I'll just do this for a minute. Get it around the way. Yep, that's better. How's that? Yep. Okay, get rid of that one. Now, full screen. I've got full screen. Hope you guys are going well. Anyway, so big day tomorrow. Big day, new catalogue starting tomorrow. New catalogue. And also there is a pattern paper sale. So it's also starting tomorrow. And you can only get these papers on the online shop, online exclusives. And let me just see. You can only, it's only until stocks last. So better be quick. First in, first serve, and there are some beautiful papers. I will tell you, there is some adhesive backed gold and silver shimmer paper. Oh my goodness, it's to die for. I can't wait to get my hands on it. So great, Karen, got your sound back. I hope we're all ready to get started. Are we all ready to do some crafting. Let me do all the work. You just sit back and relax. Have a drink for me. Are we all having drink? Tea, coffee, wine, anything else? What's everyone drinking tonight? We've got a drink in front of us. I had my scotch at 4 o'clock. Thank you very much. Oh, water. Good girl, Pam. Good girl. Awesome. Yes, Kay, I would expect nothing less but drugs in front of you. I hope you're not in too much pain, my dear. Just finished a cuppa. Lovely, Leone. Nice, nice. Yes, scotch and gin. No, I had scotch and I usually have my scotch and Coke at about 4 o'clock with the dog. So, well, she doesn't drink it, but she drinks all the condensation on the outside of the glass. Can you believe it? Hi, Michelle. Thanks for joining in. Lovely to see you tonight. Well, I can't see you, but I hope you can hear me at least anyway. You don't want to see my good face. So anyway, let's get started. So tonight I'm going to show you ways of how you can get colour onto your black cardstock. Now, I really think black cardstock gets a bad rap. I don't think people use it to its full advantage, and I love it. I use it a lot in scrapbooking to put borders around photos and mounts on my cards and everything, but sometimes I want to add a bit of colour. So tonight I'm going to show you some ways you might already know, some ways you might not know. So I hope you get something from tonight's Facebook Live. So the first way is, and there will be a prize draw too, by the way. So all the little bits and pieces that I play with tonight will go into the prize, as well as some extras, some pattern papers I have, and a little packet of sequins or something what I've got in my cupboard. So if you put a comment in, then you're automatically in the draw. Okay. So at the moment, let me just see, there's 10 entries so far in the draw. So that's an awesome number. Thank you, ladies. So the first way, black cardstock. This is the first card that I did. So you can see it's pretty simple. I don't have a sentiment on this. I just didn't get time to do one. I couldn't decide. So whoever wins tonight, you can put your own sentiment on. So beautiful butterflies and flowers. So this is from the new Enchanted Butterfly, which is coming in the mini catalogue, is it? Or no, hang on, I can't remember. No, it's in the annual catalogue, but it's one of the double-sided stamps. So one side you stamp the plain image, and then you've got the highlighted image. I'm just using one of these butterflies from that set, and the flowers from Colour and Contour. So all I've done with that is I've heat embossed. Oh, and I did cut some out, so they make really good embellishments as well. So I cut a few out. So they'll go into the little prize drawer as well. They look really cute, eh? I really like them. So I'm just going to take a piece of black cardstock, and we're going to simply emboss it with white embossing powder. Take the embossing buddy. Give it a good rub. So I don't think I'm doing anything new here. So Versamark, we've got, and I randomly stamped butterflies, and I might do a flower. Just got to remember where I stamped, and you can usually, if you hold it up to the light, you can see where the Versamark is. Okay, then we're going to take our powder, put it in our tray, because you know me, if I'm going to make a mess, I'll make it a mess with embossing powder, and I'll spill it. So give it a good generous bit of embossing powder. Probably shouldn't put the tweezers there. Okay. I had a lot of fun coming up with tonight's live, because I discovered things that I didn't know. I learned things the hard way. I've learned a lot of things about getting colour on black cardstock. So doing all these little things really gets me doing things outside of the box. So we'll just heat emboss that. And I'm doing this rather quickly because I've got a fair bit to get through. So, yeah, the butterflies are beautiful, Leon. I'll show you a card that I did. I'll just heat this and I'll show you a card, and I made butterflies and flowers and everything using that stamp set. It's awesome technique. It's doing the what that the Stampin' Up have come up with. I don't know whether they invented it or whether they've been around before, but I've only ever seen them at Stampin' Up, where it's a double stamp. So you use one side to do the solid image and then the other side to do the outline of the butterflies. So I love it when you watch this turn white. You think it's white when you put the powder on, but once it's heated, it goes pure white. So because this is a glossy background, your normal Stampin' Up ink-based, dye-based inks aren't going to stick to it. Yes, I found that out. But also I thought, well, while I'm doing some colouring, what else could I colour? I tried the watercolour pencils. No, that doesn't work. It sort of does, but it's a very, very pale sort of colour. And I'll show you why. My little, oh, this is one I did. And you see a pale colour. That I did with the watercolour pencils. But it's not going to stay there because it's a glossy surface. You need something permanent. I rubbed this and it's still got a little bit of colour, but to me that's very insipid. It's not a strong colour. So the only way you're going to get colour on heat embossing is to use your alcohol markers because they're permanent inks. I'll just show you that card. Yeah, this is the card I did. So see the butterflies? I black heat embossed them and did a yellow background. Yeah. Oh, and the flowers do the same sort of thing. So you do the background in one colour. I did this on white cardstock. Look, white cardstock. So stamped it in, used this, the back of this stamp. Oh, it's got white ink on it. Excuse me, I didn't wipe that off. That's the back. So I did that to get the yellow, the Daffodil Delight, I think, and then heat embossed that one to get the highlighted images. So that's a great set of stamps. So we're back. Alcohol markers. These are not refillable. These are alcohol ink. They do not use your ordinary inks. Separate ink altogether. When you're storing them, you store them lying down, not upright, not vertical. Whereas you'll see your Stampin' Right markers, which are just like ink, are refillable and you can store them standing up. Okay, that's the difference. Alcohol markers, not refillable. Stampin' Right markers are. No gay. The Stampin' Right markers don't work on it, and I will show you because I did try it. It's dye-based ink. I'll just do a little bit up here. It sits there all right, like it sits there, but it rubs off. You're going to have to really let it stay and dry. You may even heat emboss it, but it doesn't give you the nice vivid colour. This is what I found. You might like that, but I found doing this with your alcohol markers, that's permanent and that's not going anywhere. And it's a nice strong colour. Now, I've never really been a great lover of the alcohol markers. That's just me. But for this, it's great. And it doesn't matter if you go outside the lines because it's on black and you're not going to see it overrun. Okay. And that's permanent. So that's not going to rub off. See? So I could even go over that with a different colour just to bring in a bit of colour and blend it all if you wanted to. Let's bring in a bit of yellow for the daisy. This is the light Daffodil Delight. So that's only going to give you a light color, but if you had the dark one, and I just can't find it at the moment, it would give you a darker yellow. But that's a nice yellow. I can see that. Nice yellow color. Even just go over that in orange. Look at that. And blend it out. I mix my colors. See? So that's your alcohol markers on your heat embossed white embossing. Okay. Easy peasy. I'll finish that off before I send that off in the prize draw. So let me go to the comments. Great. Yes, Michelle, that is a great excuse to buy some alcohol markers. You don't need an excuse. So we've got all these butterflies and there. Okay. And as I said, you can cut them out and they make great little embellishments. There we go. Number one. So number two is my favorite, is embossing paste. So this is the card I came up with using embossing paste. So you can see it's like, you might say it's, I thought it was like a stained glass window effect. So the background is just heat embossed. It's a folder, dry embossed with an embossing folder. And then I've just run the Versamark down it and then gold embossed powder over it. And then I've just done a piece and cut this shape out. And I've coloured this in. This one, I think I used the Stampin' Write markers. So, but I want to show you a little tip when you're doing that. So I've got another piece here, which I've stuck down. This is the decorative masks, which I love. And I've got my trusty craft Wendy embossing paste. You have not heard. Okay, this is embossing paste. So there's a lot of talk on the Card Making for Australian site. A lot of ladies are making their own. I haven't. I only ever use the Stampin' Up one. So this is embossing paste. So it looks a lot like icing sugar, like icing, I should say. That's how I liken it to. So I put some on my little craft mat. And yes, you can put it straight on like that. But the little tip I want to give you is I put a few drops of my white ink refiller on it. And it gives it a really nice bright white. It's probably a few more than a few drops. But you don't have to do that. And then just mix it in. And it gives it a really pure white. Because remember, it's white on black. So this one, and I'll show you in a moment. So just mix that up. Yes, Kay, also known as texture paste. So I've just stuck this down with washi tape, and I'm just going to spread it all. And see how that's a nice bright white color? It just gives it a little bit more brightness to the white. So that means that your colors are going to show more. But as I said, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. Now, for this particular technique, I would try and make this as smooth as possible. Sometimes when you're using embossing paste or texture paste, it's just that it can give you texture. So if you go like this and bounce it, you can see I've got a bit of texture there. Okay, I don't want that. I want it smooth because I'm going to be painting or colouring on that. Okay, and try and get a nice even coverage. And when you're using your texture paste, embossing paste, whatever you want to call it, make sure you wash your mask and your palette knife straight away. And I do have a little thing of water here, and take that off. and I'll put that straight into my soapy water. And I'll just wipe that with a baby wipe off my embossing, my craft mat. If you don't have one of these silicone mats, do yourself a favor and get one, because they have got so many uses. They are awesome. So I'm going to put that aside to dry, and that will go out with the prize as well as is. I'm not going to colour on that because it's not dry and it will take a while to dry. I have some that I have prepared earlier. So I've just got little cards here just to demonstrate. So we can use our Stampin' Write markers. Let me get some nice colours. So these are your Stampin' Write markers. These are double-ended as well. You've got a thick side and a thin side. Store them upside down, like vertical. So in a tin or anything is fine. Also refillable. These are refillable. So you can take this out and put your ink in there to refill them. Okay. So this one is So Saffron. So all I've got, this is a dry piece of the cardstock that I've put embossing paste on. So you can just add your colour on that. Get a nice bright pinky colour. And I think this is a retired one. I got these out. This one's, anyone remember Tempting Turquoise? This is Tempting Turquoise. It's an old colour, but I thought I might as well use up my old stock that I've got. Hi, Melissa. Thanks for joining. You're just eating dinner. Good girl. Okay, so that's using your Stampin' Write markers. So you get a nice colour out of that. Okay, so again, I'll do one more. This is, oh, what's this one? My eyesight's terrible. Oh, this is Fresh Fig. This is a retired one as well. So you do get a nice colour out of that. So they're just your ordinary inks. What you could do, look, take an ink pad. It's the same thing. If you don't have Stampin' Write markers, take your ink pad, press it together to put some in over here. Didn't work, but I've still got some. Take a brush, a paintbrush or a water painter, and paint a bit on. Put some from your, straight from there, straight from your ink pad on there. As long as you're adding ink, there we go. That one's boho blue, so that's a little bit lighter blue. It does the same thing because this is the same ink. Okay. So that's just using your normal ink. What about your water pencils, your watercolouring pencils? I'll do that on this one. So here's a blue. Now, if I do blue like that, it's very light. Okay. So again, I get my water painter and activate the colour and apply a bit more colour and move it around with your aqua painter. Water painter, they're called now, sorry. Used to be called what? Aqua painters, they're water painters. Okay, or wet it first. Don't over drench it. You don't need to over drench it. Let's get a different colour. Because after all, this is just water paint virtually. So, and you can activate it with your water to move your colour around. And you're getting a really nice colour out of that. Okay, so let's do another colour. Ooh, I love colouring. I love colouring. So there it is with the pencil, just straight on pencil, which is a little bit gritty. Yes, Julianne, that's why I said to make it more white is to add of your white ink refiller. Okay, so I probably need to make it like on this one, I should have added more. But you'll see on this one, the one I did, and I added more white ink to it. See the difference? Yeah, so that's not dry yet. So your white craft ink refill. So you can, yeah, add that to your white, like the water pencil, the water painter, sorry, watercolor pencils. Here we go. Which color am I using? This is Cherry Cobbler, I think. Yeah. So that goes on. It's a bit scratchy, so you need to activate it. So I just wanted to show you the difference of the different techniques of different coloring. See how that is beautiful and vibrant red now because I've added the water to it. And in case you didn't know this, but watercolor pencils are just that. You can go like this to get a bit of color direct from your pencil and add it there. Okay. And when you clean them, just squeeze a bit of water because there's water in the well there. Just squeeze it and just wipe your brush away. So that's the watercolor pencils. There's another way, and I don't know whether many of you ladies will know about the chalks. So the soft pastels. You're not seeing other comments? Is everyone seeing comments? I'm seeing all the comments, Kay. So I'm going to take my little spatula here on my Take Your Pick tool, and these are the soft pastels. So these are chalks. Okay, so let's take Coastal Cabana, I think it is, and I just add a little bit on my silicone mat. Okay, then I'm going to take my water painter and pick up some of that color and add it to one of the little panels. Okay, so once this chalk is activated with water, it goes just like a paint. I don't know whether you can see that, but that's a lovely Coastal Cabana color, and you can just build up your color. Okay, you can see that? That's a pretty color. You can apply it directly and color in like that, and you could just rub it around, but I'd push it around. The water just activates it and pushes it around. But I just wanted to show you the different ways of adding color. So you can actually do your alcohol markers to this as well. Okay, sorry, Melissa. Water brush, yes, and watercolor pencils, yes, it's good. So that's the chalks, and then of course you can still do your Stampin' Write markers on that as well. Sorry, your alcohol markers. Okay. So there's lots of different ways. You can do just about anything on your embossing paste or your modeling paste, whatever you want to call it. These, you can color these on anything as well, like just on your stamped images. You can use your soft pastels. I think if you look back on my YouTube videos, I did one a few years ago when they first came out. If you're interested in knowing more about the soft pastels, please let me know, because I could do a video on that for you at any time. But that's how I got that color on there. I also did another panel. These are all my experiments. So this is another one, a stencil, and I just did some odd dots. I haven't made that into a card yet. I was just experimenting with different patterns, the stripes, you know, these are all different stencils that I have. And then I did a little panel like this, and I did green and red. I need to make that more vibrant, and I was thinking of doing a Christmas card with that. So they are, that's with your embossing paste, which is awesome. Yes. Yes, you can get the water brush and they're from Stamping Up. You get a set of 3 with Stamping Up. So, but yes, the cheap shops do sell them, but I didn't tell you that. The good quality ones are with Stamping Up, okay? And there's 3 different sizes that you get with Stamping Up too. So you get the thin, the medium, and then your larger, your wider brush. I love them. I have about 2 or 3 sets of them because I do classes and that, but I do use them a lot. Even in just my watercolouring painting that I just do, I use them. So we've used our colouring pencils, our watercolour pencils, our Stampin' Right markers, our alcohol markers. Oh, the next one I want to show you. Oh, I did show you the card, didn't I? Yes. Okay. So the next one I want to show you is this card. Okay. So this is copper, and it's done. Yes, Diane, point taken. When you do get your water painters, they don't screw righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. It's the other way around. So this card, a very metallic looking card, but how cool is that? So I've got copper cardstock and black cardstock. You want to know how I did this? This is the Enamel Effects. Pack of 3, you get gold, copper, and silver. And what I did is I just got a piece of cardstock, a piece of black cardstock, and I have a piece here. And let's do silver this time because this will go to whoever wins. So this is the silver, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to let it get so where it's running out, and then I'm just going to do this. This is fun. Okay, so if you wanted to do another color or go in a different direction, there. The thing to remember with these metallic effects, though, you need to let them dry a good 12 to 24 hours. Okay, so I won't be posting the prize tomorrow. I will be waiting, and that's one that's coming out. So that's the silver. As I said, there's copper, and I also used the craft mat, and I did that on a craft mat. So then all I have to do is lift these up and cut them to size whatever, which I did on this one. So I washed it with gold, and I did the gold and copper squiggles, which I lifted off, which I did on here. So whoever wins tonight's prize will get this as well. So that just lifts off, and then you just simply add a bit of glue to the back of that. I won't waste my time taking this off. I'll do that when I've got more time up my sleeve. But they're 2 metallic cards, but I wanted to show you. I did one on white with the silver and red, which was great. I thought that'll make a beautiful card. And then I did an abstract Christmas one on white. So it doesn't have to be black. I just wanted to show you the different ways. And then I just painted a little star and let that dry, and did that. So I just wanted to show you the different uses of the metallics. So you get the gold, the silver and the copper in one pack, and then the other pack you get the pearlized ones, which are black, which is really like a grey, which is like that colour, and the real red and a white. But I think I've lent my white one to my darling sister, and I can't find it. So yeah, they're great. They're in the annual catalogue, and I think that you will find them. They're the chalks, embossing paste, and the metallics. I thought I had all that down. Maybe I didn't. Sorry. I will post all the details and everything on my blog page, but they're all in the annual catalogue, which is over on my blog page, which is there. So that's at winningcreations.thesearemystamps.com. So probably tomorrow I will get all these cards and details up. We had visitors today and I ran out of time, so apologies for that. But yeah, these are great fun. So I definitely recommend the metallic. Yeah, the metallic effects are awesome. So what else I do, and I think you may have seen what I do with these, is I get my little, what do you call them? Mini glue dots, which are here. And I get a strip, and you can see the little tiny little glue dots on there. Can you see them? And then I just get these. You can see what I've done here, and just put little dots of them. And then you've got your automatic adhesive backed pearls. So that's a really neat trick. Well, Betty, I wouldn't be doing my job then, would I? Little things, little bits at a time, add to the stash. So that's an idea to do, is to make your own pearls with your enamel effects. Okay, so how are we going for time? All right, so that's that one. I do have one more card to show you. I probably rushed this a bit. I didn't realise. Hang on, what am I doing? I need to put the silver back. Have we got any questions so far? Julianne's drooling. Lift your jaw up, Julianne. Michelle, it wasn't pretty abstract. I just sort of scribbled and I thought, oh, that looks like a Christmas tree. So I left it. So that's a great idea. Oh, and I will be having a Christmas day in October, making 3 Christmas cards and doing some techniques and everything. So keep your eye out for that. So the last card I want to show you is the black ice technique. So this is on silver foil, and we're going to be using the stays on. So you can see what black, adding gold to the texture paste. Kay, Julianne apparently had a question. Sorry, I must have missed it. Adding gold to the texture paste. You can add your gilded flakes to your embossing paste. Is that what you meant? Gold gilding flakes. I don't think you could add, if you had gold ink. Stampin' Up don't have a gold ink at the moment, but you can color texture paste with anything. Yeah, and you can put your gold gilded leaf in that, and that gives it a little bit of gold fleck through it, which is good. Michelle's asking the question, could you color the white metallic effects? Yes, I don't see why not. I could do it for you now, but I don't have any dry ones. But you don't need to add it to these, only to the white ones. But the white is pearlized. So, yes, you probably could color them, but I don't see why you'd want to, because it's such a beautiful pearl effect. But yeah. Maybe you should get some and try it. Leone, it takes a good 12 to 24 hours for these to dry. I give it a good 24 hours, and depends how thick you've got it too. So, and Julianne's asking another question here. Let me see. When you did the texture paste and coloured, I was wondering if you could make it gold, but love what you did with the gold. Okay. Yes. Colour the... not sure what you mean. I'll tell you what you could do, though. Do you know what? You've just given me another idea. Did you mean this, the enamel effects? Do you know what? You could do this, I guess. Let's see. I've just got an old paintbrush here, but look, I'll just put that on. Oh, look at that. Oh, you girls. Look at that. Let's do the gold. Where's the gold? This is exciting. Bit of gold. I didn't think to do that before. Look at that. Ooh. Cool. Hey, that's not bad, eh? What do you reckon? Melissa, I don't use the heat gun because it's I'm worried about bubbling. So when you add heat to that, it may bubble, because this is yeah, I have avoided that. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, look, that's really pretty. Let's do the copper. See, you girls are so inspiring, aren't you? See? Ooh. And this is just one of the masks. It doesn't have to be. Oh, in the new catalogue coming out tomorrow, there is a beautiful stencil of sunflowers. Ooh. Yeah, it's beautiful. Actually, I did a card yesterday. I'll show you. Oh, I like the copper too. That's pretty. What do you reckon? Oh, I like that. You could make it thicker too if you wanted to. There you go. You'll have to make sure you clean your brush properly, because that will dry. Actually, I've got water here. So, yes, when the other one dries, I could put that on the other one. Could you mix the enamel into the texture paste? Well, you know what? Let's try it, Diane. I didn't think to do that because I was thinking, different chemical, don't know. Hang on, I'm just going to get another stencil. And let's try it. Okay. Let's get the paste. Now you girls are getting me in such a pickle here. But how much fun is this? We're discovering new things. Oh, here it is. Okay. Just get another palette knife. Okay, so let's try the gold, shall we, on the embossing paste. Let's see what it does. This would be so cool if this works out. Okay, a bit off camera there. Take that out the way. We'll get around to that. So this is the gold. See, I've just got a drop on the white. Let's go. Put a little bit more in. Probably need a fair bit. I think the white's taking over and it's making it like a yellow. So maybe not. You can see it's losing the gold and it's making it a yellow. Okay, Julianne, is that what you were trying to say? Yeah. But I tell you what, while we've got that, don't let it go to waste, eh? So I've got some gilded flakes here. Let's do this. Whew. A bit more. Okay, black cardstock. I cut a few extra pieces just as well, eh? So I've just got another bit here. So I'll just quickly, can you see what I did there? I just put some of the flakes in there. Ooh. So adding the gold enamel effects really didn't do much at all. It really just changed the color. But we've put the gold gilded leafing in there, and a lot of it's come out on the stencil. There's a little bit in there. It was worth a go, wasn't it? Yeah, so enamel effects, not so good. You're probably best to colour with your inks. You can colour your texture paste, your embossing paste with inks, or as I've shown you, you can do it all different colours, and you can get an effect like that. Okay, it's still pretty, yeah, and I'll send that off in the prize draw. So there's 2 bits there. I didn't do a whole piece, but thanks, girls. That was great. A little experiment. Yes, Melissa, you do have to remember to turn your fan off when you use your flakes, or don't sneeze. You never know unless you try, Leone. That's exactly right. These are great. So very versatile, as you found. So I really like that. That's turned out really quite nicely. I might do that. So let's get back to the black ice technique. Now I'm going to move some stuff around, get rid of that. Is this too glary on here to work with on this? Is this, you happy with this, or do you want the white piece of paper? So back to the black ice technique. Love this technique, did it years ago as well, and I thought this wave stamp, I thought that would go really nice. Okay, so very easy technique, and if you're after silver foil, it hasn't gone. It's only on the online exclusives. You still can get it, and I will give you the number, because Barb, my sister, she's away at the moment. She was saying, oh, I can't get silver. Oh, I didn't put that on either. Sorry, meant to. She says, oh, I can't get silver cardstock. I said, yes, you can. And it's in the online exclusives. So you can get your silver cardstock, and you get 3 sheets and different textures as well. So it's really good stuff. So this one we're going to use Stays On ink. Now I am going to get another piece of backing, because I don't want Stays On getting on my bench top. Hey Kay, you got full screen? I'm curious to know if anybody's got full screen, because I got in touch with the company and they said, oh, it's the way I was holding my camera. Oh, duh. And I did this. I've got full screen, more than what I had before. So anyway, let's get on to this. Just curious. Just curious. So the wave stamp is from Waves of Inspiration. I think everybody knows about that stamp set by now. Absolutely beautiful. So all this is very simple. I've got my piece of silver cardstock here. I'm going to take my Stays On ink. Now this is a new one. Now when you get your Stays On, oh thanks Joy, that's great to know. When you get your Stays On ink, you will get a little plastic cover. Don't remove that. That needs to stay in there. Oh, that's good, Kay. That's good. Simple fix. And I don't know why I didn't think of it myself. But anyway, you know, I'm 63 now. So I just, yeah, keep that little plastic because it keeps it nice, keeps the moisture in. So all I'm going to do is take my silver, and I'm going to take my stamp pad and just not right on it, just before the cardstock starts, and gently rub it down. Don't stop, just keep going. Okay, you can run it down a few times just so you get that black bit at the top, so you can see how it's coming off and coming down. Now I've made this a bit bigger so I can allow for my fingerprints, and you can see that this is not the full size of the card front. Okay, so it does take a few minutes to dry. So while that is drying, I'm going to ink up my stamp again with Stays On. And don't forget, when you're using your Stays On, use your Stays On cleaner. Clean it first with your Stays On cleaner before you do it on your scrub. Okay, so it doesn't matter if that's not completely dry because I'm going to put this stamp on. So this stamp, I want to make sure that I don't get this corner. So I'm just going to go off the page just a little bit and get most of that stamp on there. I love this wave stamp. Beautiful. How good is that? Oh, that's not the lid, that's the lid. So I'm just going to put that there just to dry a little bit. Oh, that's a bit glary. Can you see that? Oh, love it, love it, love it, love it. So the Stays On cleaner, where are you? Now, I didn't get the Stays On cleaner out. Why didn't I get the Stays On cleaner out? Oh, yeah, here it is. Here it is. So that's your little Stays On cleaner. So I rub it all over your stamp. Get a baby wipe or 2 or 3 and give it a good wipe. Okay. Don't worry that that foams up, and you know I'm going to even do that again just to get in the crevices. That's it. I do this straight away after using Stays On, and then onto your Stamp and Scrub. Don't do your Stays On cleaner onto your scrub. You don't want that contaminating your other stamps. So on the wet side, I just stamp and mist. Now that all that Stays On cleaner is off and all the black is gone, then you can give it a wipe over with your normal Stamp and Spritz side on the wet side, and then on the dry side. And you should do that with all your stamps after every use, and it really helps protect. That stamping mist has a conditioner in it for all types of stamps. I don't care what anyone says, I use it for all stamps. Photopolymer, red rubber, the lot. I use it for everything, and I've never had a problem. Okay, so let's see. As I said, I did do this a bigger size to what I want because I want to do a couple of mounts on that. So here, just see, yep, that's dry now. If you weren't sure, then you could go ahead and use your heat tool to dry that. So what I've done is I just cut that down to, I think that's maybe 1 centimetre, and then I use my mounts. So your first mount is, and on my Facebook group, you will find there's an Excel spreadsheet with all my measurements for your card sizes. So your first mount is 14.9 by 10.5. No, that's your card front. Your card front measures 14.9 by 10.5. So your next mount is 14.3 by 10 centimeters. And then you go down in 0.5 centimeter increments. Okay. And in this case, I went down a whole centimeter to get that bigger black border. And that's a very simple card. But how effective is it? I was really happy with this card. You didn't really need to put anything else on it, just a simple sentiment. And I did that in the silver heat embossing. And I think the mounting and everything. So black is so versatile. I hope that you start to use your black cardstock a lot more. And even in your scrapbooking, photo memory makers and everything, black is a great mounting cardstock. So yeah, so I will send that, and that I will. Oh, there's going to be lots of little goodies in tonight's prize. So I hope you've enjoyed all that. Yeah, it is, Di. It's a good men's card. That's what I thought too. A good male card. Yeah, I love black and silver. That's so cool. So all right. So I do have lots to go into tonight's prize. And I might draw that. Any questions? That's all right, Michelle. Thanks for joining in. Anybody got any questions? Or if you've got an idea, or if you've got anything that you would like me to demonstrate, I'm here to good card for someone going to Portugal. Oh, and I wonder who that would be, Kay. Pam. So on the list of gunner makes. Yes, you've got one of those lists too. Yeah. Well, if you do make anything from tonight, please share it in the group, in my Winning Creations group. Love to see what you make. And as I was saying, if you've got any ideas of what you would like me to demonstrate, please let me know, because I'm here to help you. Oh, thanks, Leone. Trish, thank you. All right, I'm going to draw the prize. So what will happen is, hopefully this will work this time. I'll add that to there. That to there, that to here. That's congratulations, Michelle. That's awesome. So also, if you would, I thought it was going to be you, Melissa, that stopped and it just kept going. That's so funny. Okay, so tomorrow, my wedding anniversary, by the way, 37 years to the love of my life. But more importantly, there's a new catalogue, the new mini catalogue. So it should be up on my blog site tomorrow, because the guys in the States, it may not be. Thanks, Gay. Thank you. It may not be tomorrow morning. It might not be to the afternoon. If you're coming to coffee and card class next Tuesday, ladies, I will have a copy of the new mini catalogue for you. Otherwise, you can go on and have a look at it online if you like. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks, Anne. Thanks, Kay. Thanks, Gay. Thanks, Pam. Thanks, everyone, for joining in. And please let me know if there's anything in particular, because otherwise I will just demonstrate whatever I feel like demonstrate. And I would rather show you things that you really want to know about, or if you're having problems with. I'm only too happy to help. So until next week. Thanks, Diane. Thanks, Julie. See you all next week. Bye.